Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 222. Back at you again virtually, but, just as good as if we were together, I think. I think these are great.
I like it fantastically. This is going to be my last one for the hotel series for a little bit.
The hotel series. Yeah. Well, it's been great. Your backdrop has been excellent. Almost, it's in my mind, because I use the Teams a lot. It's just like your typical Teams background. Very.
I know. I'm going to be on Teams later today, so I got a comment on that also.
Oh, well, that's good. Teams has backgrounds that have no personality whatsoever, and that's intentional, obviously. But you are always someone who has a background with personality, so it's been very Teamsy.
Yeah, Teamsy.
Been Teamsy. Anyway, you go ahead.
I'm going to go with my crack. The first one, I can't do a warm-up for a lot of reasons, but I'm going to do Blacklist Spruce. If you guys, long-term Chuggalos, will know that my beer of the year last year was a spruce-tipped IPA. This is an Imperial IPA, 9.5% out of Duluth, Minnesota. So drinking somewhat, again, Minnesota, when in Rome type thing.
When in Rome. Which one do I want to do first? I haven't figured that. I think I'll do this.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm going to do another untitled art, but this one is Ice Cream Waffle Pastry Stout. This is 8%, and it is, untitled art.
Something about untitled art is they're taking over the non-alcoholic big dog status from Athletic. There's a lot more untitled art, especially, in the parts of the country I've been the last couple of months. I always see untitled art NA. I don't see Athletic NA. I've been to 3 stores up here. I haven't seen one Athletic NA, but I've seen untitled art everywhere. So I don't know. Maybe they're fighting, kind of like how, Bang was, fighting with Monster and Rockstar the last couple of months.
Yeah.
For that shelf space.
Is Bang still? Is that still?
They paid their fine.
Carded energy drink.
Yeah, so it's still coveted. It's widely dispersed. People like those big numbers at 300. That's just a little bit too much for me. But again, the couple of places I've been, people prefer Bang over Monster, and the only reason why it's the inverse, if it is ever, is because Monster has typically a deal for like 2 for $3 or whatever at gas stations.
Yeah.
But like for people snack bars or whatever, it's almost Bang exclusive now, which is crazy.
Oh wow, that's something I'm not privy to. But yeah, I enjoy Bang. I liked their hydration drink that they had.
The Booze.
You actually tipped me off to that. I was buying
the Booze.
Yeah, Booze. I was buying like 1 to 2 cases a week. I loved that stuff. It was so good, and it hydrated me. And then it's gone. It's gone now.
Yeah, so they discontinued it. You could buy it from Kroger. The lowest I got for Kroger was 25 cents a can. And then they had all 4 flavors. And then the only way you could get it was delivered. And there was a couple of us that were ordering it. And then all of a sudden, like, orders were like refunded. Oh. So then like you would go to their website, and I don't know if the trial failed, unfortunately. A lot of us didn't hear or try about it till they started discontinuing it. I know there was a place down by the a place down by the Dayton Mall that was Bargain Hunt or something like that, where a lot of, discontinued or whatever, like value stuff like that. And that just happened to be where a lot of people last saw it on shelves, was at that facility.
Okay. Yeah, I like that stuff. That was good. And if you are interested in learning more about the guy who runs it, there's this show on HBO. I can't remember the name of the show, but the guy who hosts it, his name is John Wilson. And he is a comedian, but a very dry, like, this guy, you wouldn't know he's joking if he was talking to you in person.
Yeah.
There wasn't video behind it, but he goes to Miami and just like visits this guy's house. It's very funny. And actually winds up being more endearing, because I think what he thought he was getting into was like he was going to go see this like gun fanatic, Trump supporting, like crazed Republican, but he got there and like the guy was really nice. He kind of showed him around his property, and just gave him like it's a weird show. I'm gonna be honest, it's a weird show. That this John Wilson show, I love it, but that's the kind of comedy I like. But if you want to see this guy go to the Bang CEO mansion, it's a pretty interesting episode. And we're not sponsored by HBO, just a plug for that show.
No, and since I cracked so early, I want to get on this beer, and then I'll kind of like talk about like the weekend beer that we kind of do.
Yeah.
So this Blacklist Spruce. So they're out of Duluth, and they say it's made with the freshest water in the world from Lake Superior. I've been to Lake Superior. It's fresh water, and the fact that it's not salt, but like there's big ships and everything like that. It's not like purified Aquafina or
right.
Fiji water or anything like that. Yeah, it's not spring. There we go. But again, an Imperial IPA, and as a Spruce tip IPA was my beer. I was excited to see this. Obviously, I have one for JT. Gonna wait a couple of months to give it to him, but that's okay. It'll be can fresh. So you can find out more, and they really actually have a cool URL at blacklistbeer.com. I don't know. I find that name really cool. But you go to their team page. They started in 2012, and then it was one guy, the head brewer, Brian, and then he brought in a tax attorney that just wanted to buy in. And this is kind of where I want to be in life, where I just have, what, I see something I want to invest in. I just, have a crazed passion about it, and then I can just throw some money at it. So it's just a 2-person team. I don't say just like they put out a quality product. They actually do make some seltzers. I bought some seltzers up here. Stick to the beer. I'll say that. But as a Spruce tipped Imperial IPA at 9.5 cents or 9.5%, this is delightful. It's got that drying characteristic that I really like. And people are like, I was offering them to people this last week, and people are like, well, why don't they just use pine? Well, Spruce is a gimmick. And again, as I always say, own your gimmick. And Spruce in 2022 really resonated with me. See what I did with there, JT? Resin? Yeah,
Resin. Pine. I did see it. That's great.
Off the top rope, this is delightful. This is not crushable at 9.5%. It doesn't hide it, but I welcome it. I embrace it. I embrace the Spruce. It's no Spruce explosion, but I think that this has to counterbalance that higher ABV, about a 2% higher ABV. Off the top rope, a delightful little ditty at 4.5.
Wow, excellent. That's 2 Spruces, both high scores.
Yes. Oh yeah. Both of them so far, and it could just be but that's a gimmick that's going to work for me. If I see Spruce, I'm going to pick it up.
Well, that's kind of what we do. That happens on this show a lot. Although I will say with the transition, Untitled Art can be hit or miss, but we still buy them. But in the case of like Spruce or what you called Fruth, but it's Froth. Fruth Brewing. We have them, and then they're so exceptional every single time. They hit every single 450 North. Those are that just like Spruce now. Or Maine. What's the one in Maine?
Maine Beer Company.
Yeah, that's the one. That's your sawdust. That's your 2023 gold beer, right?
No, my 2020 is close. It's New England. It's Massachusetts. It's Treehouse.
Treehouse. That's right. Okay. Well, that's so Untitled Art. To go just jump right in. I don't know if this is psychological or not, but the use of the word ice cream and the milk sugar in this beer, which I typically don't like. Although I feel like lately I've been saying that these beers have been doing it better, but that I don't think that's a palate thing, that I'm just getting better at tasting them. I do honestly think that the brewers are getting better about the milk sugar and not overdoing it, not making it the star of the show.
Right.
So it's been more balanced. It's not that I'm getting used to it. But psychologically, I think that the milk sugar in this beer sticks out like a lot. But they say ice cream, so all of a sudden in my head I'm like, oh yeah, it's ice cream, because this beer tastes like ice cream. But then also on the back, well, I'll get into that. The can art, I'm not even going to really do it because it's I guess it kind of has like a texture.
Is it ice cream maple?
Yeah. What's that?
Ice cream maple, is that the name of it? Ice cream maple?
No, ice cream waffle. But you're getting
Ice cream
you're
waffle.
actually that's a perfect segue word for where I'm going to go with this. But the can art really is different shades of waffle in my mind. They're like if you were to cook 100 waffles, there'd be different donenesses of those waffles, and these are all of the different variants of the doneness. You know, some burn, some you take off too early. Once you open that thing, I find that if you're using a waffle iron, which I don't know that there's any other way to make a waffle, if you open it, it's kind of like flipping a chicken breast. Once you open it, you're not going to get the same like crispy edges that you would if you kept it closed the whole time. So once you open it, it's kind of just done. You kind of ruined it. But that's the can art boner segment. Now the flavor of this beer, I still again I'm not finding a second brewer. So it appears that Untitled Art made this beer. There is an artist. The artwork was done by Ryan Smith or Ryan. I'm not sure. It's Raeyn. Seems like a very
Ryan
way to spell Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Smith made this can art. So thanks, Ryan. We always try to mention the artist. So the ice cream is on the front. On the back, it is all maple. It is like a maple syrup beer. It's crazy. It reminds me a lot of that Canadian breakfast stout, except the stout part of this beer is totally hidden. The alcohol's hidden. The stout's hidden. It's a dark beer with like a light stout flavor, almost like edging towards more of an ale, like a brown ale. But like they really made the milk sugar and the maple. They made that the beer. Because otherwise, and there's carbonation in this, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Like a good amount of carbonation. It actually makes this beer a lot more drinkable. You said crushable, and I was in the middle of taking a gulp, and it was like, yeah, this beer, for 8%, I could crush this beer. I probably wouldn't drink it in the winter. I mean, in the summer. Sorry, I wouldn't drink it in the summer on a hot day, because I think it would slow me down. But it's a damn good beer.
With the syrup, does it have? You're like eliciting like syrup and stuff. Like, does it coat?
It doesn't.
Is it like?
It's almost like pop. It's like a Coke. Like a Coke. It's got the same consistency, a similar amount of carbonation, and it doesn't sit on the tongue very long.
A Coke. Interesting.
Yeah, like a Coke. So, man, this beer is like very, very good. I don't know that I would want more out of this beer. I just don't think I don't think it goes to a 5.
Yeah.
I just don't think that you could do anything better about it. So 4.75 for me. I just for my own tastes, I guess it's just I'm not running to this beer, but I'll definitely have it again. I'm definitely going to go buy another one because this actually came as a single, but now I want you to have it, and so I'm going to go get another one. Because I originally was like, well, I guess I'll just buy one. But now that it's so good, going to buy 2. Definitely. 4.75.
That amazing. Like, again, I wouldn't run to this beer. Like 4.75's like, not running, I guess, because we've done so many of these, and the distance between a 4.75. Because when we vacillate on scores, I think we vacillate like 4.5 and 4.75. A 5's a 5. Hardly ever do we like vacillate. Like, when you had that, the Fruth a couple weeks ago, the collab beer with 450, like that was a 5. Like you could see you light up like a kid that was, a 12-year-old that got his first dad's Playboy or something like that. Like that's where like your eyes glisten. You're like, it's that magical moment. And we have those magical moments with beer. So like a 5 to a 4.75, while only a 0.25, in our scoring, and I might, please tell me if I'm stepping on your toes because I can roll it back. There is a wide spread between that magical moment that we've all experienced.
I guess the question you're kind of framing is, can you be a 5 and not and still I could walk away without caring to have it again. Like I always compare that to, this is gonna be a deep cut. I saw the movie The Passion of the Christ, and I thought that movie was done very well. I thought it was a very good movie, but I left the theater thinking I don't ever want to watch that movie again, because that's a really hard movie to watch. Not to compare like such a serious movie to beer, but can you be a 5 and be like, I loved this beer, but I'm fine not having it again?
It would be the moment. It would be something else, because if it's a 5, I want to have it again.
Yeah, like that's what I think too.
Yeah. With like levies. That's one. The amount of money we would spend on that. To have that one again.
I would spend so much money just to have it. Even one.
Just to have the bottle.
I want more than the bottle. The bottle doesn't do it for me.
But it's funny that you say that, JT, because you know what I always say.
I do. You always say, don't eat yellow snow.
It would have been had you had the beer.
Yeah, it would be a lot.
I went and bought this again. I told you I was going to. So this was like had to have it. And I'm not worried about sitting on that one.
Just like
they didn't have any more this week. Yeah, gotta have it. The other thing, so like I wanted to bring up, because I wanted to get into my beer right away before like beer 2. So this last week I've had the opportunity to hang out with people, and I'm like JT, where we just go and buy beer, not for like an evening or whatever, but like for the near future. Like if you come over to, the church room or the carriage house, either place, you're going to have a wide assortment, because we always want to be able to satiate the desires of our guests. It's just how we are. And that's evolved in the 5 years that we've done this podcast. So I was bequeathed a lot of like Blapples, and I went and bought stuff. So I had people over, I had family in town, and so some other family coming to visit, hang it out, use the pool, and et cetera. They drank all of my Blapples.
What?
All of them.
Oh my God.
All this other glorious stuff, all this other good stuff. And I'm like, hey, have whatever. If you have these certain ones, don't tell me about them, because I'm going to have them on the podcast, keeping up. And they're like, oh yeah, no, just the Busch Light apples. Those went so quick. So then I broke the news to him. I go, the rumor has it, rumor and innuendo has it that this is the last year for a Blapple.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, it's going to be bleach, because that's what I'm going to call it.
That would be, you know what? I hope it is now, because I didn't think that.
It's either bleach or beach.
Yeah, either one. I mean,
life's the beach. That's what I'm gonna make that shirt, and it's just gonna be a can of. And they're like, peach is a far inferior fruit to apple, and I agree. Apple pie is better than peach.
Yeah.
Peach pie.
Let me think. Well, apple pie.
Apple juice is better than peach juice.
Peach cobbler's pretty damn good.
Yeah, so I would put apple crisp to a peach cobbler. Those are similar, right?
They're similar, yeah. I think they're the same. I think they're both cobblers.
So anyways, God bless family for not going for the expensive stuff. Sometimes I want you to go for the expensive stuff, and leave me a couple of Blapples or whatever. I should have keistered a couple, that's fine. We went.
I got some you can have.
And then we went to. I've got some at home too, but we went to a brewery. And we went right as they opened. Shout to JT, you're gonna love this. Wooden Hills Brewery.
Oh, Wooden Hills. I bet they're
Wooden Hills. Actual name.
To the Whiskey Hill.
Like Whiskey Hill. They're a sister. And one of the signs, it gave rules for children. So we were in there. We had our kids, so my 2 daughters, my cousin and their 2 daughters. So everyone's on their devices, and we're just like sitting engaged in a conversation. And I was like, how pleasant this. I was like, it's not going to turn me. I like their menu. I like their offerings and stuff like that. But I came out of the bathroom. There was one group that didn't have kids there on a Saturday morning at like 11:45. They opened at 11:30. We got there right away. First people in there, like, let's say noon. Yeah. There was one group that didn't have kids. So if they didn't allow kids, So they had 8 rules, like no climbing, no running, no jumping, responsible adult, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if they wouldn't have allowed kids, that's all that business that would have had to go elsewhere.
Yeah, right.
So now I understand the plight of these places.
That's actually a point I had not considered. I was just kind of going like a full business of people without kids versus a full business with kids.
Yeah.
Full floor tables or whatever. Yeah, like I get it. Now, like nowhere in particular, for example, I brought my kids there because they have a food truck there.
Yep.
But I would never bring my kids there if they didn't have a food truck. I think they even do sell drinks for non-drinkers. But yeah, food is what is going to bring. I'm not bringing my kids anywhere where they don't serve food.
This place had bomb, like everything, best fries, and it was decided for me. The reason why I like their fries, pour rice flour, a little bit of rice flour into the batter. That's what crisps. Yeah, my cousin was telling me, and I was like, whatever these fries are crinkle cut fries, whatever, overrated. These fries, and it was the rice flour in there.
What's the best fry?
Those were pretty up there. I mean, curly fries are great.
Curly fries are all right. I feel like the textured fries are not for you, because textured fries, waffle fries, crinkle cut,
I like
curly
waffle fries.
Therefore, the texture is to hold the condiment. You don't use condiments.
No.
I feel like the fry for you is just the smooth, like McDonald's style. Cut the potato and fry them up. You know, In-N-Out, for example. Those have I
just had In-N-Out here.
The Five Guys fries. They have
In-N-Out. I had In-N-Out 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
I love In-N-Out.
It was glorious. It was 2 people's first trip to In-N-Out when we were down in San Antonio. Just the glee of. I've only had it. I can count on one hand. I'm not the In-N-Out expert of this podcast by any means, but
well, I mean, I don't think it's like, again, I'm not running to it, but if I'm in California, I'm gonna make a stop.
Yeah, we were in Texas, all the places we could have gone, and we're like, we're going to In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's good. You got to get the animal style, which is not on the menu.
Over Whataburger.
I don't know. I've never had Whataburger. But Smash Burger, I think they have a pretty good burger. I think Five Guys is good, but way too expensive.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and I see, because I never am like, you know what I really want? I want a burger. I'm not that guy. My wife is that person. So wherever she wants to go, because it'll be a good burger. That place that we went up in Enon, I think we talked about it before. It was highly touted, like, oh, best burger in the Midwest, like the 6 burgers to have in the Midwest, and like they have all these signs. All of their appetizers were great. The meat was tasteless.
Yeah, I mean, best burger. I've had a burger that was one of the best burgers in the Midwest. It was on Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives.
Yeah.
This place was phenomenal, so good and so sought after that their hours were basically like on the door. It just said, whenever I feel like it, we'll be open. And I was like, damn. But I had it and it was amazing. I can't remember what it was called, but it's in Brookfield. It's on Ogden. It's on Ogden. Ogden Avenue. So if you're in Brookfield and you're on Ogden and you see a burger place, no seats, standing only. It's like you walk through kind of place. A lot of like hot dog places in Chicago do that.
Yep. Like food counter almost, but without seats. Yeah. Yep.
If I remember it, I'll shout it out.
We've talked about this.
Yeah. Oh, we have.
You get 3 ingredients. No. You get 3 ingredients. We've done this for you're building your burger.
Yeah.
3 ingredients. Is that enough for a burger? What are the 3 ingredients you're putting on a burger?
So on or the meat is included in this 3 ingredients.
Yeah, just let's keep the meat is well seasoned. Toppings. Okay.
So
you're building
the
a burger.
meat doesn't count as an ingredient. We're talking a topping on the burger.
Yep.
For a best burger, this is a good question. Wow.
I can only come up with 2 right away. Like I try to, like, when I formulate these questions, because obviously a beer pairing is good. Because if it's a big burger, you can't go with like a big heavy beer. Like you know, because otherwise we're getting into like Detroit style or Giordano's or whatever. We're getting into that level. By the way, that came up. I was turned on to a pizza place that does Sicilian style, which is 8-corner or thick crust, but it's a very light and airy dough. So it feels very satisfying, but it's all the weight is the toppings. It's not the crust.
Oh, wow.
The density is in the, so it's very large pockets. But anyways, so I was thinking about this, like burger, like, and you could go like, oh, don't give me like I know not you, but Chuggalos are like, oh, caviar, you know, walleye, you know, just like burger toppings.
Right. Well, I think blue cheese makes the best cheese for a burger.
Oh, God.
You don't like blue cheese?
I had some drama last night ordering. I eat Limburger. I eat brick. I eat every kind of. I do not care for blue cheese.
Oh, wow. I pretty much eat every kind of cheese. I don't, including blue cheese.
I want to get you Limburger. I want to see if I have another friend that eats Limburger.
I'll try it. I don't know if I've tried it yet. I've had Stilton, which is like blue cheese on steroids.
Or a brick sandwich. I'll have to get you. Like the closest place I know is Oktoberfest.
Okay.
They'll import it there. But
do people not like Munster? Is that one of the ones you mentioned? Wait.
No, Munster is a very plain cheese.
Yeah, that brick. What is brick cheese?
It's very pungent.
I feel like I know. I've had brick cheese. I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
I like most cheese that I've had. Yeah. Blue cheese is one. I'd have to think about the other ingredients. I think tomato adds a good texture to the burger, and especially if the tomato's cold.
Yeah.
And the burger's hot. Put the tomato on the side so I can put it on the burger myself. Once it warms up, it's garbage. I'll have to think about the third one. So far,
I'm going to come at this from two different directions. So one, like you can just go buy. I don't prefer Burger King, but I love the rodeo burger. So that would have been cheese, onion rings, and barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
But mine, if I'm making it, and it's cheese, onions, and probably jalapenos.
Oh,
probably.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Bacon. Bacon's so close, but bacon. I'm watching a lot of having the control of the TV for the last 2 months. So like watching a lot of Triple D. Bacon's tough because bacon is the bully of the culinary world.
Yeah.
A little bit of bacon takes over everything, and bacon's great, and no one's going to argue. But
green peppers.
Yeah,
if you have a good burger, you don't need more meat. You don't need additional meats on your burger. Let the burger be the only meat. Everything else. I like the onion ring thing though. That's really
JT, does that qualifier go with eggs? I love a egg on my burger. Is that just more protein? Should we just say protein?
That's different. Now if you put chicken on it.
Oh yeah, like a Lancey and Air burger.
Yeah, no, I'm good. But egg on a burger is awesome because the yolk adds a new element.
Oh, and with a good burger, I do not want a sour. To bring it back to beer, nope. Give me something, an IPA obviously, but like a lager, a stout is a little bit too big. I don't want a sour. I don't
have to agree with you there. I don't want fruit.
And I love sours.
Yeah, same. Now the jalapeno, that's an excellent touch. Probably that's me. I want blue cheese, jalapenos, and tomato, cold tomato. I might also substitute the tomato for pickles because I love pickles. But I already have the
pickles are up there.
Whatever.
There's always an argument now because all four of us like pickles. If a pickle comes with your dinner, no one's going to be like, you know what? Everyone's asking everyone else for their pickle. Everyone enjoys the pickle though.
Yeah, like Firehouse Subs, they put that pickle in there.
Yeah. No one's like, you know what? Bequeathing their pickle willingly, begrudgingly. Yeah, like if somebody's about to have a meltdown, you can have my pickle. But
here's an interesting tip if you guys are trying to eat healthier. My wife and I, for lunch, typically we have meat, cheese, and crackers.
Yeah, a lunch
and the crackers and because it's a light lunch and it's healthier, meat and cheese are great. But the crackers, like these carbs, if you replace it for a pickle, phenomenal. So that's what we do for lunch now. We do meat, cheese, and pickle, like the sliced pickles as our crackers. It's awesome. Let's try that. If you guys are trying to eat carb friendly. Pickles are basically like celery. They're like 0 calories, 0 to 5 calories, and they're just so good.
Yeah, that's one thing. Stacy will not eat celery. It's tough.
I like
It's a
celery.
tough omission. I would eat the shit out of celery. I'm going, JT, with your permission, I'm going to go on to beer too.
Do it. I've been waiting.
Oh, jeez, so patient. I'm Powerhouse. It's my last of the hotel series.
Last of the hotel series.
Toppling Goliath, Cherry Fandango.
Oh, I gotta find this beer.
Cherry Kettle Sour. Well, I've got one for you too.
Oh, awesome.
This is a 5%er. Comes in a pint. So Toppling Goliath, always a home run. Cherry Fandango, Cherry Kettle Sour.
Now I have brought people into the sour world using the Strawberry Fandango. That beer has been it's batting 1,000 on people saying they don't like sours, then drinking that beer and loving it.
Okay, I'm like that. That's your entry beer. Strawberry's less polarizing than cherries in the sour world because you can take an amplified cherry and make it a sour that satiates both mine and JT's palate. It's tough to do that with a strawberry. A strawberry is sweeter more than sour. So that's why I'm like, JT uses that as his entry beer, not to hit a home run. If you like this, try this, but let's not try to leg out a triple immediately when we bring people to the sour world.
Cherry, and yeah, you're right. It's polarizing only because cherry, it's diverse. There's so much diversity in what could be a cherry beer. Whereas strawberry, I feel like you're either going to get like the old school strawberry, what was it? Sprite, maybe some clear soda with strawberry, or you're going to get like Kool-Aid. So that's about it. But with cherry, I mean, you could go anywhere from a seltzer, a cherry seltzer flavor, all the way up to like syrup for the dark cherries. So there's a lot you could do with it. Anyway, my second beer is a collaboration. It reminds me of you and me. I don't know if that is you and
The Beauty and the Beast. I'm the Beast.
Because you're from Ohio and you're a big Bengals fan. This is a collaboration between Pipeworks. I'm kidding.
Fighting words.
This is from Pipeworks. This is a collaboration between Pipeworks and Listerman. And so that is the Chicago, Ohio collab. Obviously not Matt. I was just kidding about that. But it's like my journey. It's Pipeworks, Chicago, and Listerman, which is Cincinnati. It's a collaboration. I didn't expect this collaboration.
What's the name of it?
The name of this beer is not a unicorn. And the second knot is larger than the first.
Okay.
So, they have the unicorn series.
Yep.
And I actually almost bought the 2023 release of Ninja vs. Unicorn.
Yeah.
Then I saw this beer, and it has a hippo that's not a unicorn. It's not a unicorn. So the can art obviously was why I bought this beer.
So will you put it back up? I can tell you what that is. If it's a Fella de Griff. I will look it up. So it's the 7.2% hazy IPA.
Yeah. That's right.
I will get you what a Fella de Griff is, and you will be like.
Based on the term griff, I believe you're going with some sort of mythical horse-like creature. Okay. Isn't the
That's all right.
Was the lion that flies or the horse that's something? I don't know.
Oh, Fella de Griff does not have the unicorn horn. Shoot.
What is a Fella de Griff? What does it have?
I'm about to share with you, my friend. So believe it or not, it's a magic thing, because that's where all of my. Okay, start sharing.
To believe it.
There we go. That's a Fella de Griff.
It or not, I believe it.
It's a magic card, so you can see it. Yeah, if it had the unicorn horn. So now I lose. I'm fine with that though.
You don't lose. You win.
It's my favorite, mythical hippo.
And it's not a unicorn. Now so the horse with wings
Yeah. Let's go with the crack.
Yeah, let's crack it open. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Mine was primed like halfway open already. It was crazy. It was so good.
My can was primed.
Now, there's a horse with wings, and I feel like that's like a movie studio thing.
That's a Pegasus.
Pegasus, but the unicorn does not have wings but can fly. Is that correct? Because these unicorns don't look like they have wings.
No, unicorns can't fly. Well,
they can't fly.
Unless it's the magic of their horn or whatever, but.
Okay. Wow. So this collaborator, not a unicorn, is, I wonder if hippos is like a Listerman thing. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, this is a hazy IPA with Galaxy, Matuka, and Cryo Mosaic hops.
Yep, all of which we've had.
I don't remember Motuka.
It's like Mod Talk, Mautauk.
Motueka.
Not even close. Okay, so I'm not for sure on that one.
We should start writing down our hops.
Yeah. This is why we need to become big time and just hire Steph.
Yeah, we need a Wikipedia person.
Yeah.
A Jamie. All right. This beer is really good. Not to tip my hand or anything, but I'll go while you look up what you're looking up here.
I'm just marking my beer.
Oh, nice.
Because otherwise I will forget.
This beer is, so this Counter Bonus segment, and I don't even know who it's brought to you by at this point, but there are 3 unicorns and a hippo in a unicorn outfit drinking out of some sort of water stream. Maybe it's beer. And it is not a unicorn. That is the name of it. I like this can art. It obviously sticks out. Though when you have a bunch of Ninja vs. Unicorn on the shelf and then you have this, it doesn't stick out because all of those cans are just wild. Like the whole shelf, crazy art, which I love. And I almost passed on this beer until I saw that it was a collab. So that's good. And I did read the hops on this, and I thought, okay, I think the Motuka is something I haven't had, or at least I'm not conscious of it. So if that's true, and it might not be true, but at the time, in my head, it was true, I want to try new hops. So I bought this beer, and that was because of the can art and the hops that they listed. And it's a collaboration between Pipeworks and Listerman, which is cool. So that's the can art. And the taste, this beer is wildly tropical, way more tropical than I thought it would be. It is very citrusy. It's almost like, it feels like there's fruit in this beer. But I don't think there is.
I feel like your mind's blown. Like there's a lot of like.
I wasn't expecting. I was expecting just dank, or just like watery, like juice. I don't know what to expect out of a hazy from this type of collaboration, but Pipeworks makes really. They kind of punch you with their flavors, and Listerman, they do such a wide array of beers. I think most of the Listermans I've had, I've forgotten. Other than the can art, which is phenomenal, I've pretty much forgotten the taste of all of the beer I've had from them. So I don't think I was expecting much, but this beer is very good. This is one of the better IPAs I've had. I don't think that it has the hazy profile. I think it has more of a standard IPA profile.
Yeah.
Except for that fruitiness, which prevents this beer from drying you out.
I do love the, like, you're inquisitive, like I get to see it a little bit more. So like when I'm sitting like looking at your face the whole time, instead of like when we're like this, and I'm like yeah, like no, like see, like
the guy from MasterChef who looks off into the distance when he takes.
The tiniest spoon ever. I hope MasterChef's not gone. I do like Next Level Chef. It's no MasterChef though.
I haven't seen Next Level. but MasterChef was good. But they kept changing the judges, and it's just, I don't know. 4.0. This beer is really good. Very good IPA. Very good.
4.0. Hell yeah. Okay.
Not a unicorn.
Obviously, we don't need to do too much on the website review for Toppling Goliath. Go check out their stuff at tgbrews.com. We're Toppling Goliath fanboys right up there with 450 North. These small farming towns, not the big city people, like the small farming towns. The one thing I want to bring Toppling Goliath wise, what was the year that Toppling Goliath started? Do you know? I don't know if I even knew this.
I used to know.
Okay.
I'd say 2010.
Yeah, okay, so you're close. I would have been way off. 2009. I thought they would have been a little bit older. But they're out of Decorah, Iowa. So again, a small town, Iowa, first off. But they have a rebrewer in Lakeland, Florida. So some people are purists. They're like, if you get it fresh from there versus, a rebrewer, someone that takes the recipes or whatever. I don't know if that's changed. I know my information's a couple years old on that. But this beer, I'll unsheath it from my Maplewood out of Chicago. Love the full pint koozies. I mean, look at that. That's all you need,
Great can art, nice foil.
And it's a cherry kettle sour. That's the big thing to take on this beer. So it's going to be more of a concentrated, more of the viscosity, more of the cherry puree. So it's not thin. It takes a little bit of effort to drink it, but an effort that will be rewarded with an amazing cherry candied, sugary, sweet sour. This beer is phenomenal in the fact that if this is what you're looking for, that's why we did the preamble, JT and I. When he's trying to introduce people to sours, he does the strawberry rendition of this, which is a lot more forgiving for people that don't have the inclination to go for something that's going to just like weirdly wild them out when they're not used to like a sour series.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. There's no improving this beer. And again, at 5%, it feels like maybe you could amp it up, but why mess with perfection? Why mess with the Madonna or, any of the sculpture of David, maybe give the guy some arms. Maybe that would help so he could scratch his balls or something like that. But I know that was done afterwards, tongue in cheek type stuff. But I mean, he couldn't even explore that area. Off the top rope, this is a 5. I could, pontificate on the merits of this beer. Just know that it's everything. The can art follows what you expect.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. I could never draw a cherry. You could give me a million years. Like, it's almost photo specific.
Yeah. Those are very good. Yeah, the light and everything. Just shining off that sugar syrup. Man.
It's satisfying too. Like, just enough sour to keep me like coming back.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so good, and it finishes just like that.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm so glad that they're keeping this up. They need to. This Fandango series is going to be for the record books, I think.
I want to have it on nitro. I want to figure out how to nitro it.
Oh, that would be great. That would be awesome.
God bless. I'm okay. So we've talked about beers and breweries and all of this. So, and we're, in the doldrums, like I don't know. I think it's been like 69, 70 degrees back, here it hasn't hit 35 since I've been up here. Is there a beer series? Like, I go to the store, like I sent you that $50 Toppling Goliath beer that I still haven't decided if I'm going to buy it or not, like an Imperial Stout or whatever like that. But is there a beer, like you come home or you finish like shoveling or something like that? We always talk about summer beers, and maybe we've talked about this in the 200 episodes, but you're doing some arduous labor and you're sweating.
Yeah.
And you come down, you want something crisp and refreshing. But in the winter, does that change?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it does change. So I actually, it's perfect that you asked that, because over the summer I was working on hand building a patio. So I dug the dirt myself. I built the retaining wall, all that. And each day, I mean, it took a long time, many, many weekends. And each
It was,
time I picked it up, I would grab a Busch Light because it is refreshing. And I wanted a beer, but I didn't want to burden myself. I think this is partially because we're on this podcast. I didn't want to burden myself with having to taste the beer, like having to think about the taste. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're already exhausted. You don't want to exhaust
Like
this
I just want
muscle.
a beer. I don't want to be like, oh, this is a good beer. Or this is a bad beer. Whatever. I just want a beer. That's it. Just give me beer. So Busch Light. In the winter, I'm not reaching for Busch Light as much. I've been really in the mood for IPAs most of the time lately, which has been kind of odd for me because I'm not usually in the mood for them. I think that the coldness of winter when it's not 70 degrees in February, we learn as people from the Midwest to find ways to take your mind off the cold. And drinking a beer that has like more complicated flavors is one way to do that.
Interesting. So less complex.
Yeah.
More just in the moment. Okay.
Yeah, I think less complexity in the summer, more in the winter, which is why probably stouts are so popular. Other than them being thicker and warmer, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Yeah, when I went to a new brewery, it was again cold. The first thing is I go for what looks like to be their standard IPA because that's how I gauge. That's going to be my experience going from there forward. That's
like the Reuben. The Reuben is how you gauge a restaurant. If they have a Reuben, that's the first thing you should order there.
Yeah. Can I tell you my blue cheese incident from last night?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So we get done. We're at the Mall of America. The girls are having a good time going down the rides. We're like, hey, we're gonna go to a restaurant. Okay, not a big deal. So we choose one that I've had, Twin Cities Grill, and everyone just wants like salad and soup. Awesome. Nothing heavy because it's just been a day. Everyone's exhausted. So they make this St. Paul chopped salad. So chopped salad with noodles, which is weird, bacon, whatever. And I said no tomatoes, and it comes with their three highest salads come with blue cheese. I looked at her. And I said this twice. I said no blue cheese. Can I substitute? And I never do that. I never ever substitute. Can I substitute the blue cheese dressing for a vinaigrette? Mm-hmm. And she goes, yeah. So she reads back all of our orders, everything, kids are splitting a chicken breast and a garden salad. Stacy's having a, what's the plain salad? Caesar salad. And then I'm having, French onion soup and the salad, and she reads it back, vinaigrette. So it comes back. I looked at Stacy as she walked away. I go, it's coming with blue cheese.
Yeah.
And she goes, yep. So this is the type of person I am. So it came, the blue cheese crumble was on the side, so I could just pick that up, put that off. Had my daughter smell it, and they're like, oh, this is disgusting. It's like, that's fine. Obviously on the salad is blue cheese.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to eat it because service was slow. And I was like, I don't want to wait 20 minutes for them to chop. I was like, and I don't like wasting things. So I just ate it. So I don't care for blue cheese. I'll eat it because I don't want to be that. And, didn't knock too much off of her tip. Like, she still got over 15%. But I'm just, got it. And Stacey goes, you should say something. I go, no, what's that going to do? Like, she's going to want to take it back,
What will it do?
She read it back though. And I was like, and that's why I never substitute. You're screwing up their routine. And I feel bad.
The customer's always right.
No,
that's never the case. No matter how wrong a server is, they have a culture in the back room or whatever, and it's annoying to them that you want something else. And it sucks that that's where we are, that they fuck up, and it's like, I'll just leave it. Fuck it. I'll just eat this shit myself.
Somebody suggested to me, or I've heard, you should say that I have an allergy. I can't have blank.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I know a lot of people say they're gluten-free, but I know someone who's actually celiac. Like, there's no way she's not sending it back. No way.
Right.
because you have to. I mean, or otherwise you're not eating. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. It's like, okay, what does it accomplish? Sending this back. Now I have to wait longer, and then they're back there rolling their eyes. Even if I tip good, which I'm not going to compensate a tip so you don't like think I'm a piece of shit. I don't care what you think of me once I walk out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that that's where we are. That's where we are.
It's interesting because, like we have thoughts. Like, again, I go to breakfast. Don't call them hash browns, and I get chunks of potato, not shredded. Don't call them that. I'm that I won't eat. But like that, it's like, oh, it's our take on it. No, fuck off.
Hash
Eat
browns.
shit.
Oh man, don't give me those country potatoes or whatever they're called.
Yeah, American fries.
Potatoes, fuck that.
You lazy fuck. You cut a potato into 12 pieces.
They probably have like a device for that anyway.
No one loves that. I understand it's to save labor. No one wants those. No one home fries, American. If you prefer that over like a shredded hashed potato or like that's your go-to, like I understand. I don't care for scrambled eggs. People like scrambled eggs. They have a lot of redeeming qualities. No one goes, I just want lazy ass chunked potatoes.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
That's such a good
not
point
true.
I never thought about. I go to restaurants that have those stupid home fries or chunk potatoes. Who the fuck on the menu was like, we're going to be different. We're going to have chunks of potato. No one fucking wants it.
No.
Just give us old school hash browns. It doesn't matter that everyone else also sells hash browns. That's what everyone wants. Crunchy.
People want that crispiness, yeah.
Oh, man, people.
Oh, man, I know, but again, and we talk about like, we didn't even talk about baseball because, college baseball has just started up. Like, we're starting to get into baseball. Like, when you drink, this is where this is where it all drives out. But yeah, no chunk potatoes.
Got plenty of baseball thoughts, but we can save them. Here's one thing I did want to ask you. It doesn't even have to be a conversation for
Bring it.
podcast, but I know that
why do the Brewers not want to win? I agree.
But I don't know what is different about the XFL. Anything? Is it just normal football?
I think it's normal. It's all think. So I didn't get to watch any of the games on Saturday.
Yeah, me neither.
I went to ESPN to look at the stats to see some of the players that are playing because I've heard that there's been a couple of like NFL quarterbacks that have washed out or are going to be because in the XFL, like you have a semi-talented quarterback or even in the USFL, you're going to go much farther. Like look at Tommy Maddox for a couple of years ago, who then got but they didn't have the stat collection. So they're broadcasting the game, but I can't go to your website and find out like the stats from the game. I want to see if somebody went like 15 for 22, 218, whatever. I want to see that stuff. Like I want to see tackles. I want to see like, and they didn't have it. They just had the game. So that's unfortunate. I don't know about the rules. I don't know if there's a gimmick to it or if it's just, it's just spring ball like the USFL. And now they're competing.
Yeah.
So USFL and XFL, they have two different competing networks that are propping them up. But
yeah, I don't know why there's so many football leagues, but I get it. With
there's money there. There's people want it. People would want. Yeah.
You're gonna be successful. It's fine. And it could be a minor league system, which would be nice. I'm not sure how it would work with college, but we need to do away with the NCAA anyway. But with my kids being so close, we'll keep it. I think, I want.
It's good because it satisfies my needs. But as soon as I don't need it.
Once they're done, just get rid of the NCAA. Just make it amateur. Make all the sports amateur.
And
I think you'd even get more money that way.
Chuggalos outside of the U.S., welcome to property taxes after you have no kids in the school district.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, I don't want to pay that.
Yeah,
my kids are.
Yeah,
I've got mine.
That'll be a big decision once the kids are out, whether I want to pay these property taxes. I don't know. I really like.
Spoiler alert. That's a no.
Yeah, these taxes are crazy.
But you have a 1 in a million house. Like.
Yeah, that's true.
You will never be able to find that elsewhere.
Nowhere. That's true. Very good point. But the taxes are pretty shitty. It depends, I guess, if my kids are gonna fund my retirement.
Yeah.
Are they going to be big-time baseball players? I don't know. I'm not Matt Holliday, but apparently his son is incredible.
Yep.
I saw his stats, and they're nuts. And now we've lost most people, so.
That's all right. We're at the end.
MLB at this point. We're like dipping into the amateur college level.
We're at the end. You know, I could get into amateur basketball too. You know, the next big thing, the next bigger than LeBron James guy in France. But great story. Anywho,
I don't know anything about it.
That's probably it for the hotel series. Oh, I know
that's probably it. That's it for the hotel series, and it's perfect to end on a triple digit. I don't even know what kind of numbers those are called. 222, 222.
Alliteration of numbers.
Just a great episode all around. We'll probably talk baseball soon because it's coming up.
It's coming up.
Before we meet again,
a lot of thoughts.
Spring training games.
Yes.
So that's phenomenal. Yeah, that's it. Any parting words?
Be kind to one another.
Yes, be kind to one another. That's it. Episode 222. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye-bye.